You're seeing a lot of these.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is finally time for the final of UK and Republic of Ireland Qualification Cup number 2 for the Halo World Championships 2016. Isn't that just a mouthful? My name is Wonderboy and I am dying. I have the flu, my voice is going, but I'm ready to bring the hype for this final. Joining me in the booth to do just that is my good friend Mr. Mark Hatcher, aka Onset Mark. Vibe versus Epsilon is our matchup. It's going to be an absolute mammoth affair.
Yeah, I mean, this is the match we called Epsilon versus Vibe. Vibe, so impressive. Epsilon clutching up against Infused earlier in the tournament. This is going to be an amazing series. It's going to be so good.
You know what?
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, the best part about this is an exact rematch of Qualification Cup number 1 final. So, great storyline coming in to this one. Now that Vibe have a bit more time under their belts as a team, can they challenge the Epsilon side?
I think they can, and to be honest, I think they're favourites going into this. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the way they've matched up, as we've talked about, the famous scrim, the 9-0,
The
blah,
9-0.
blah, blah, they match up very well, but Epsilon, this is a chance for them to cement their place at the top of the pile.
So let's take a quick look at the parts the teams took to make it here to the finals. Of course, Epsilon taking down Rift. We had that on stream, I do believe. And in the semi-finals, Epsilon took down Infused. That was their first real proper test of the tournament. They took them down 3-1, and now they are here up against Vibe, who on the way took down One Gaming as well as Halo.
Yeah, and I mean, the closest series we saw in that story was obviously the Epsilon Infused one, 3-1 to Epsilon, but very close games, a 5-4 breakout win to take the series, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can clutch up against Vibe.
Yeah, it just seems so fitting that this is the exact rematch of Cup number 1. It's the exact same final. Same players, same teams.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Just a more practiced Vibe.
Absolutely.
That's the thing to stress. This team have been grinding. They've been more practiced. I think they were with Mose for just a couple of days, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Before the last qualifier. So a couple of weeks practice, respectful Mose, basically living together as well. So they're going to know each other. They're probably going to hate each other by now. But we'll have a quick look at the maps now, and we'll see how we think they're going to turn out.
Yeah, absolutely. So first time around, we saw in Qualification Cup number 1, Epsilon were able to edge out the series 3-1. In this series, though, it is, of course, another best of 5. Game number 1 is going to be Capture the Flag on Truth. We saw Vibe against Excel absolutely run a train on this map, so Epsilon could very much be coming under the cosh early on in the series, Mark.
Yeah, and we saw Infused beat Epsilon on Truth as well, won a Slayer game, so obviously not the strongest map. We saw, as you say, Vibe played it very well in their previous game against Excel, so you've got to say Vibe maybe going to look to sneak this first game out.
Yeah, and then game number 2 is going to be Plaza Team Slayer. And game number 3, my favourite, Mark. I love Breakout. Breakout is just so much fun to watch. Gambol Breakout, of course. We've seen in Cup number 1, Mose was such an absolute animal, flanking down the shotgun side of the map. Pretty much uncontested until Epsilon decided to wise up. So that's something to watch out for in Gambol Breakout. And then games 4 and 5, if needed, Eden Strongholds and Coliseum Team Slayer.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this going the whole distance. Five game series, I can see it happening. Game 5, it could come down to that. Strongholds at the end, it's going to be so close this series. We've already seen some really close series. So whoever takes this, I think you have to crown the king of UK Halo at the moment.
For now.
Until
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday is, of course, our next UK and Republic of Ireland qualifier. If you want to take part, make sure you head over to gfinity.net. Get yourself a team, get them signed up, and you could be playing on Wednesday. And hey, you could even be featured on stream.
Yeah, indeed. We could be the ones talking about your team. So
exactly.
Get signed up.
So spectate button has just appeared, which gives us around 30 seconds before we can start the game.
Game 1.
Game 1, Capture the Flag, Truth. Where's your money lie on this one, Mark?
I got to go with Vibe purely on the results that we've seen so far. The way that Vibe played this map against Excel, and the way that Epsilon played this map versus Infused.
I'm saying Epsilon, the Buck 20 train is going to continue laying tracks.
Yeah.
And it's just going to absolutely pick up where he left off and absolutely steamroll the Vibe squad.
I mean, I can't disagree with you. I mean, we saw when it mattered, Buck 20 killing Frenzy.
Yep.
We've seen Buck 20. I think it was a game where he put up 17 or 18 kills in a Slayer. It was a regret game, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's been absolutely storming through that team so far. But as I say, I'm going with Vibe. You're going with Epsilon on this one?
I'm going with Epsilon, and we are just about loading up game number 1. It is Vibe taking on Epsilon, an exact rematch of Qualification Cup number 1. Capture the flag on Truth is map number 1. Let's start things off on the Epsilon side. It's my man to watch in this one. It's going to be Buck 20. Him and his twin brother are going to be trying to work towards this camouflage and try and secure it early mark.
Yeah, and Buck 20 doing a great job here, but Mose has managed to steal in and take that camo away. For the second time we've seen Mose manage to stay alive, but he is taken down by Epsilon, so that first camo won't be effective for either of the teams as Buck 20 takes down Septic, but Septic managed to trade that kill, and it just seems like a back and forth, but we see Jimbo here sneaking into the base. He's going to pull that flag. Mose managed to pick up the kill on Buck 57, but Buck 20 is flanking up into P2. If they can take Mose down here, this could be a potential run and a potential cap for Epsilon.
Yeah, Jimbo and squad need to be very, very aware of the 2 Vibe players. You can see there on the player outlines, Jimbo here is going to try and ground pound the flag in. And I do believe he will do so. So first blood in the grand finals will go towards Epsilon. Great stuff there from Jimbo and crew. They get a flag cap on the board within the first minute of the game. Great stuff from them.
Yeah, and completely against what we thought might happen there, but a great play from Jimbo. He went into the base almost similar to what he did against Excel. He just pushed into the base, picked that flag up, relied on his teammates to get a couple of important kills, helped out with the kill on Mose, and he was able to run it in, ground pounding it onto that flag spot.
Yeah, you can see on the player outlines there, 2 Vibe members on the Epsilon side, and oh, great thrust there from Respectful. He'll take down Jimbo, but 57 there is going to clean up Jimbo's lost kill. And oh, the Vibe flag is already in the Epsilon base. It's Snipe Drone running the objective. The flag is in the Epsilon base. Vibe need to be absolutely busting a gut to get back to the Epsilon base, but 2 kills in the kill feed go towards Epsilon, and 2 flag caps on the board are also going towards Epsilon. So 2-0 in the game now for Epsilon. Great stuff.
I can't believe what I'm seeing at the moment. This is the map that I thought Vibe would be strongest on, but Snipe Drone here up on P3, picks up a double kill, finds Respectful under the base, triple kill for Snipe Drone. Absolutely unbelievable plays, and almost, I don't know if it was impossible for him to get the overkill, but it was there in front of him. But unbelievable plays from Snipe Drone. You cannot praise this guy enough.
Yeah, great stuff there from Snipe Drone. Lovely triple kill. Guys, we're only about 2 minutes into this game, I do believe. So 2 caps, 2 minutes here for Epsilon. Very, very quick start from them. That's 57 will go down to the hands of Respectful, but check out the kill feed. And it's Buck 20, the man pulling the flag already, but that's put a stop to by Septic. Jimbo's the man to try and put some pressure on the Vibe base, but Septic's the man with the battle rifle, and he has a teammate with him as well. 2 kills on the board now for Septic with the assistance of Fusion. 9:30 left on the clock. And it is 2-0 in favour of Epsilon. Septic will take down 57, and Respectful is running flag. But Jimbo, will take down Respectful. Septic will get the touch. They're starting to relay this flag now into their own base. Our Vibe. Snipe Drone's the man to try and jump into the Vibe base to prevent this flag cap from happening, but Mose will thrust it in, and there we go. 2-1 Vibe on the board.
And I think that was all because Mose managed to sneak in and secure a camo that allowed him to get behind the squad initially and get that initial flag pull. As we see him here with the Storm Rifle, finds 57. A couple of kills going down off stream. That'll be 3 dead here for Epsilon. Buck 20, the last player alive, he's stuck under the base. He's just going to try and play patiently here, but another player from Epsilon trapped under the base. And this is a real opportunity here for Vibe to potentially tie this game up 2-2.
Yeah, there you go. You see on the player outlines, 3 players from Vibe corralling around that flag player. 57 takes down 1. He's taken down by Respectful. And that's going to be another flag cap. It's Mose again to put the flag in there for Vibe. And now all of a sudden, it's next cap wins 2-2. 4 minutes into the game. Great stuff from Vibe, coming back from 2-0 down. Now the momentum is very much in their favour. They could potentially steal this game out of the reach of Epsilon here, Mark.
Yeah, and it was 3 dead again there, but Buck 20 did a fantastic job to stay alive and trade a kill with Septic, I believe, just on the car side of his base, which allowed his teammates to spawn up into the base, as we see Epsilon picking up a couple of kills here, and Snipe Drone is going to be pushing into the base to try and secure the last cap, as Buck 20 picks up a double kill.
Great stuff there from 20, and as well, he's doing the objective. If we can find him, there we go. And this is the last flag, and you know Epsilon are going to be screaming, last flag, come back, come back. 20 here, he's getting shot in the back, but that is going to be game. Epsilon take game number 1, 3-2. Great start from them.
and it was just such a back and forth game. We saw Epsilon take a 2-0 lead, followed up by Vibe responding with 2 caps of their own, but it was Epsilon who managed to close it out. Buck20, as we mentioned, and you mentioned, the player to watch with a huge double kill to pick the flag up, run it all the way back. Great cover from his teammates. I believe 57 picked up a couple of kills, and that was the game sorted.
Yeah, it was like watching Buck20 back on Halo 3, Heretic flag. He'd happily just he'll take down 2 of the enemy players and then immediately run the flag. That's exactly what I did, and that was the final flag on the board there for Epsilon.
Yeah, it's perfect Halo play. I mean, at the top level, if you can pick up 2 kills in quick succession, you find yourself in a base, you've got to pull the flag. You've got to rely on your teammates to pick up the other kills and just get that objective out, get it back to your base, and we saw perfect execution from Epsilon.
That's exactly what Epsilon did. They took down the Vibe players, overextending to try and stop that flag run there from 20. 20 did the dirty work and running the flag in, and he secures the game there for Epsilon. So Vibe 1-0 down already in this grand finals mark.
Yeah, I mean, Epsilon have got to be really pleased with that. I mean, they lost the map earlier to Infused. They saw how well Vibe probably played it against XL, sorry. So they're going to be really, really pumped after that. Taking that game is going to be huge for Epsilon. Vibe, they've got to come back strong in the next game.
If anyone has a spare voice box I could have, that would just be great. I'm kind of liking the husky tone I've got at the moment.
You kind of got that sexy thing going on, haven't you?
You know, it makes it a little bit of difference.
You got the kind of guy who'd come out of the shadows in a bar and say, hey, sort of, I don't know why.
Hey.
Yeah, anyway, moving on. Yeah, that sort of
yeah, that kind of thing. I have the flu. I apologise. Guys, don't forget, keep tweeting using the hashtag HaloWC, and we will try and feature some of your tweets on stream. And here we go. Map number 2 is going to be Plaza Team Slayer, and for me, I'm actually going against the grain on this one. I'm going to say this certainly favours Vibe.
It's going to be a battle of overshields and snipers, I think. I think overshield's going to be so important because it will allow teams to be aggressive.
Yeah.
But the sniper, if we've seen what Snipe Drone can do with this, if he's allowed to set up, he just doesn't miss with it. I mean, the Halo 5 sniper is his friend. It's his best friend.
It's his best friend.
He hits headshots for days. But then on the other side, you've got Septic, who can snipe with the best of them. You've got Fusion, who can snipe with the best of them. So it's all going to be about power weapon control, power-up control. Whoever does that the best is going to be able to take this game.
Yeah, we are still waiting for players to get into the game. So, Epsilon, if you're watching right now, start the game. Come on, we all want to watch. Game 1 was fantastic. It was tooth and nail. We want to see game number 2. Come on, boys, get in the game. But yeah, like you said, power weapon control absolutely is going to be key. And we have to highlight Jimbo on the Epsilon side. He's just a walking, talking stopwatch. He basically times power-ups, power weapons. He does it all.
Yeah, he does. He's sort of the in-game coach for them. He's always on top of power-up times, which is why I was surprised that Mose was able to... I was just about to say, Mose seems to be the anti-Jimbo for Vibe. I mean, he got a couple of camos in that last game. Both of them sort of started that the flag run. They managed to creep. He managed to creep in behind the Epsilon lineup, get those flag runs going. So it's going to be sort of Mose versus Jimbo on who can time happens the most. Excuse me there. My voice is going now.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not getting ill because I will kill you.
Well, you gave it to me in the first place anyway, so it's kind of your fault that this kind of thing's happening.
Totally not my fault.
Well, it is kind of completely your fault. If Vibe were to lose this game, they'll find themselves 2-0 down going into breakout game number 3, and that is certainly not where you want to be, especially when facing off against Epsilon, one of the best breakout teams in Europe.
Yeah, I can't remember seeing Epsilon lose many breakouts.
I
don't think they have lost any tournament yet, have they?
They certainly haven't.
They seem to be able to clutch up, as we saw against Infused when it mattered. 4-4 was it?
Yeah, I mean they were down 4-3, I do believe.
Oh, and Snipe Drone, that was it. Snipe Drone picked up a huge first pick, giving them the man advantage. They were able to make that count, and when it comes to clutching up at the moment, Epsilon look very, very difficult to beat.
So the spectate button has appeared. We're around 20 seconds away from pressing the thing. I'm going to say Plaza Slayer is a bit of a tricky one. We haven't really seen too much from the top teams playing on this game type so far, on the stream at least. So this really could be anyone's game, but on paper it certainly seems that Vibe seem the better team in terms of slaying power. So I'm saying it could be Vibe.
Yeah, one player I want to focus on a little bit who had a bit of a poor game in the last game was Fusion. He only had 4 kills in the last game, which I think that's 3 kills and 4 kills now in 2 games of Truth.
Maybe Truth isn't his best friend at the moment.
Yeah, and yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
Maybe
so
Truth is lying to him. See what I did there? It was
Fusion.
I'm trying, okay, come on.
I know you're real, but that was still terrible.
How dare you? Anyway, And on that bombshell, game number 2 is about to get underway. Slayer, Plaza, Epsilon find themselves 1-0 up in the series against old foes Vibe. Don't forget, this is a rematch of Qualification Cup number 1 final. And in that case, Epsilon took the final 3-1. Let's see if they can take this final as well on Plaza Slayer now, as Snipe Drone will take down Fusion, and it's an early lead here for Epsilon, up 3-1 already. Can't quite see where the overshield went. I think it might be in the hands of Snipe Drone, but I'm seeing Buck20 here with the sniper rifle.
Buck20, obviously he's played phenomenal Halo so far today, and he's always been at the top of the leaderboards so far for Epsilon when they have been on fire, and he's now looking down into this hotel area. He knows there's a player there. He's taken out by his twin brother 57. Oh my word, Buck20 just destroyed Septic there with a quick scope. Unbelievable shot, and he's now going to be flanked, but he's just very smart play there, running away, not giving the power weapon control or the death to Vibe as Moses jumping up top mid, hits him once, manages to clean up that kill. He's looking for the double kill on Respectful, but doesn't manage to hit that shot, and Scott, aka Fusion, came in there, cleaned up the kill, and Respectful, we just jumped on board with him. He fell straight away.
Well, I'll tell you what, Buck20 is such a pleasure to watch at the moment. I'm seeing Fusion over there. Snipe Drone is shooting. I do believe he has a sniper rifle in hand. I am not mistaken. And Vibe take the lead for the first time in the game, but Snipe Drone will tie up affairs by taking down Mose. But Respectful will take down 57. Still trading kills here. Neither team able to etch out quite a convincing lead. Fusion's going to help Vibe try and do that with this weapon in his hands. Not too sure if he's quite aware of where the Epsilon members are at the moment, though. We'll tag 57, and Septic will clean him up. 11-10 the score mark, and Fusion needs to start bodying people left, right, and centre if Vibe want to extend that.
And one thing that Fusion really is good at is his accuracy with these weapons. Might not always hit the headshot, but will always hit the body shot. And he's so... I'd say he can't hit the headshot, but he almost got the 2-for-1 there. Septic cleans up the kill. That's 3 dead for Vibe. Fusion showing... He hasn't had a good showing on the truth map so far, but he wants to perform here on Plaza, and he is putting on a show for us here, almost hitting the 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is an absolute nightmare situation for Epsilon as well. They are pretty much trapped in the yard with Fusion facing them down with a sniper rifle. That's not what you want at all. Vibe, thanks to Fusion, now have a 6-kill lead. Still 9 minutes 30 left in the game, though. It's all slowed down just a tad as Respectful will take down Snipe Drone. 20 will trade that kill off, but Fusion here happy to stay alive. He must know that camouflage is coming up pretty soon as well, but not for another 20 seconds or so, Mark, as he's going to relocate, trying to get a different angle here on the Epsilon players.
And we've got to give a huge shout out to Respectful there with his play just around that light rifle, not allowing Epsilon players to put any shots on Fusion, and he was eventually taken down, but I think he managed to pick up 3 kills, and he finds the back of Snipe Drone's head.
Great
Jimbo,
tracking.
do not pick up. Oh, it's a great boost past 20, but he manages to take him out. I thought for a second he was going to boost past him and hit the no-scope, and I probably would have lost my mind.
And here we go. Jimbo is the man now to corral the sniper for Epsilon. Let's see if he can obliterate the lead that Fusion instated for Vibe. They're only down by 4. As long as Jimbo has this weapon in his hands, that is easily within reach. You can see on the player outlines, though, Mose is trying to be a sneaky devil. Respectful there with the Hydro Launcher. Still, Jimbo just feeling the heat. He knows there's a couple of Vibe players around here, though. Great communication and great teamwork there from Epsilon, though. They will take down Mose, who tries to charge Jimbo. And in the end, Jimbo falls to Respectful.
Yeah, and the next overshield is going to be so important for both of these sides, as we see Buck20 aggressively pushing bottom mid, finding Respectful there. He knows he has a sniper rifle. Snipe Drone cleans up that kill, and I think they're going to try and get that sniper rifle back in their possession, but he is taken down. Almost some over-aggression there from Buck20. Very strange to see him make a decision like that, but as I say that, they have managed to pull a couple of kills back here, and it's only a 2-kill game now in the hands of Vibe.
Excuse me, I misspoke earlier. There is, of course, no camouflage on Plaza Slayer. It's an overshield, and that's exactly what Snipe Drone has just picked up. And check out the aggression here from Snipe Drone. He's about to wreck some faces if Vibe aren't savvy to this. He knows Fusion must be around there. Surely he must smell Fusion. He most certainly does. There's 2 Vibe players here to contend with, though.
And he...
That is the perfect bait and switch there from Vibe. Great stuff, taking down Sniper Drone there, and that will reinstate their 5-kill lead, and Mose has a sniper.
I can't believe how well Fusion just played that. He hid behind that pillar. He waited for Septic to push up to him, and then they just dual AR'd him. There was no response. His overshield was absolutely melted, and to go 1-on-1 with an overshield really isn't the best of play. As we hop on board with Mose, he's going to look to put this sniper rifle to use.
He has a few players to find, but can't quite make anything connect at the moment. 3 bullets left in the sniper. And I wonder whether or not he might have just tried a ground pound there, but 57 will thrust away, and 20 will now be on a double kill. Seeing Septic, though, from the yard, with a battle rifle in his hand. He's going to find Buck 20 around this corner. Let's see who wins this engagement. It's 20 using that storm rifle to great effect. Septic there knew he was beaten. Happy to get away with his life. 3 kills down in this game at the moment, Mark.
Yeah, and Buck 20 there trying to jump up on that top yellow area to trap them, but Septic does have that close range weapon, and Mo's doing a great job there. As I say, never second guesses his one shot, pushes in respectful, picks up another kill. As 57 is now one shot top snipe, and he stays alive. Jimbo, great shots from Septic there. He's actually going to challenge Jimbo here. Great plays from Septic, showing no fear at all as he finds himself in the dip here. And he's just got to try and stay alive as Jimbo's going to be pushing back for a bit of revenge. But he takes him down. Great shots there from Septic. And as he finds another one, Snipe Drone taken down now.
Unreal stuff there from Septic and Jimbo. Just pure aggression. Both players absolutely confident in their shot. But at the moment, it is Vibe up by 7, which is great for them as they need to win this game to get back in the series and tie it up at 1-1. Let's swap over to Buck 20, the man who's been doing a lot of the work here for Epsilon, but he goes down. See on the Vibe side what Respectful's up to. He has a battle rifle in his hands. He's finding 57, a perfect kill there for him. And that is going to help Vibe gallop towards the end of this game. Only 7 kills away now of Vibe closing out this game. And they have a 10-kill lead mark. This should really be all she wrote for Vibe winning this game.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there, Harry. I mean, I've been so impressed with Brandon Respectful's shot in this game. Like, he just seems to be picking up perfect medal after perfect medal after perfect medal. But they do seem to be trapped in the cafe a little bit here, as we see Septic leading the kills for the Vibe side with 15 kills. But all they've got to do at this point is trade as he finds Jimbo in the dip. Jimbo almost stays alive and he's cleaned up by Respectful, but Buck 20 manages to trade that kill.
Yeah, on the Epsilon side, we have Snipe Drone. His team, again, 10 kills down and only 4 deaths to play with until the game is over. 4:44 left on the clock. And look at the aggression there. Just great understanding there from the Vibe players. Both absolutely just flying at the... I do believe that was Jimbo that we were on with. And it's only 1 kill away now for Vibe. And they must smell Buck 20 here, up in the nest. And there we go. Vibe make it look very, very easy. Game number 2, 50-37.
And big props to Mose at the end there. You saw him engage Buck 20 back down. And I think he actually jumped up onto the S3 tower at the top of the sniper, which allowed 2 other Vibe players to push around. But he's the one who seems to be drawing attention all the time to himself with his aggression. But Septic with 17, 10, and 9, you are going to win games with those stats. Buck 57, only 5 kills, 14 assists though, 13 deaths. He'll want to be putting up a little bit better stats than that, if I'm totally honest.
And I'll tell you what, 57 has been one of the absolute key performers in the past for Epsilon.
Yeah.
So if they're going to, win this series, he's going to absolutely have to get his act together going into game number 3, which, by the way, is Breakout. So that's going to be very fun with my sore throat, trying to commentate that. I hope you like husky voices, because
we haven't got a choice.
It's going to be
you're going to die.
It's going to be Barry White-esque, I do believe.
Nice. You actually sound quite soothing at the moment.
Really?
Right? Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty good.
Makes a change from my normal whiny, nasally self.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't supposed to agree. You were supposed to be like,
yeah, it happened.
Well, that is just rude. Right, so going into game number 3 then. Series is all tied up 1-1 going into Breakout. Again, we touched on it earlier. Epsilon unbeaten in Europe on Breakout. And to be honest with you, it's going to take a lot to beat this Epsilon side on Breakout.
Yeah, as we've said it 1,000 times, but on this map in particular, I think we saw in the first qualifier, these two teams matched up on this, and it was all about the camouflage.
Yeah.
As we say, every time we see Gambol, whoever can secure that camouflage and stay alive with it wins a round. It's as simple as that. It's not so important about the first pick. as it is on other maps for Breakout, it's all about the camouflage. But as we saw, Mose will be interesting to see if he changes his strategies up from the last time we saw. He was flanking around the bottom of the map, taking down Snipe Drone with the DMR, and he was causing some real problems.
Yeah, and also one thing I noticed from Cup number 1 as well, the majority of the kills on this game type for Vibe actually came from Respectful. He was the DMR player there for Vibe. He's happy to sit back, watch any aggressive flankers such as Jimbo, who we all know loves a good flank.
Yeah.
So we're going to be watching out for Respectful and Mose from the Vibe side. But like you said, 57 is the man that really needs to step up in this game.
Yeah, as we say, 57 was the standout player for me on Epsilon in the first qualifier.
He was so consistent since Halo 5's release. This is his first, really, not amazing performance.
Yeah, a little bit subpar, but his brother's been exceptional.
Yeah.
Buck 20, so...
Imagine if both Buck brothers could go off at the same time. How scary would that be?
That would be pretty insane.
Both Bucks just flying at you like there's no tomorrow. They are in the custom game. No spectate button as of yet, so around 2 minutes, I reckon, away from the game. Again, keep using the hashtag HaloWC. Make sure you tweet the stream and let everybody know what's going on.
Yep.
We have Epsilon versus Vibe. This is an absolute marquee matchup in European Halo. Two of the teams that no doubt will be fighting at Halo World Championships 2016.
And we are tied up 1-1 at the moment.
1-1,
I mean, every time we've said it's going to be a close series so far, it has been a close series.
We're prophets. You can trust us. It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, the first map we saw was pretty convincing for Epsilon. Second map swung back to Vibe. That's a pretty convincing Slayer win. Breakout, I really don't know who to pick. I mean, Epsilon are pretty much unbeaten in tournament play.
That's the thing. Epsilon's track record is so good, but how do you bet against this Vibe team?
Exactly. I mean, they just seem to pull it out when they need to, and it's just, I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it.
No,
I'm not a betting man, but I wouldn't bet on it.
All right then.
Because I'd lose stuff.
Number 3 is on the way. It is Epsilon taking on Vibe on Gambol Breakouts. We're going to start things off on the Epsilon side, I do believe. Epsilon's such a great track record in Europe on Breakout. It's been one of their favourite game types for sure. As we see the Vibe team flying in, let's swap over to the Epsilon side. It's this man, Buck 57. Not the greatest performance that we've seen in the past from 57 so far this tournament. Not his usual self, but 20, his twin brother, will get the opening pick there on Mose. Good couple of shots there to make Fusion weak, and he will take down Fusion in the end there. And wonder whether or not he might risk trying to pick up this camouflage. He does. Brandon Stones, Respectful, does make him weak, and it's what we highlighted before the game, Mark. Brandon Stones is the DMR player there for Vibe, but it doesn't make a difference as Epsilon take round number 1.
Yeah, and I think Respectful was just distracted slightly. I think he knew there was a player in front of the DMR tower, so 57 was just able to nip in, grab that camo, and put it to good use to take the first round.
All right then, 20 was the one to open up the last round. Let's see if he can do it again. Again, I like how Epsilon have learnt from their mistakes in the first cup, not allowing Mose to push across the map, across the shotgun side. You can see Mose there trying to make that flank happen. Buck 20 puts a stop to that. He's now going up against Septic. Great SMG use there from 20, and now he's getting his health back. It is now a 2 versus 2 though in the round. Snipe Drone and 57 against Respectful and Mose. As Respectful will find 57, but a trade there for both players. It's now Snipe Drone against Mose, and Mose has one of his favourite weapons in the entire game. But oh, he's feeling the heat there from the back. 1 minute left in the round. And great shots there, cross map from Snipe Drone. He'll take down Mose. That's 2 rounds now on the board, unreplied by Epsilon.
Yeah, and it was a huge play from Respectful. We actually managed to take out 57 just before that final duel, when 57 did have the camo. So a great play from him, but Mose just, I don't think he was ever really aware of where Snipe Drone was on the map, even though he did have that shotgun. Great shots from Snipe Drone, great positioning, able to take that round, and as you say, that's 3-0, I believe, to Epsilon.
Check out the aggression there you see from Jimbo, and it's now a 4 versus 2. It's going to be 20 and Co up against Respectful and Fusion. In a 4 versus 2, you'd have to bet that this is Epsilon's round, especially now that Respectful finds himself in a 1 versus 4. Jimbo there went for a ground pound, but it wasn't to be. Currently up 3-0 are Epsilon.
Apologies, it's 3-0 now to Epsilon, not from the previous round, but again, they just seem to be getting this camo too easily. It's every single round it has fallen into the hands of Epsilon. Vibe are going to have to sort this out if they want to take some rounds off of Epsilon and come back in this game.
Alright then, let's turn off player outlines for a round. Let's start things off, for this round at least, on the Vibe side. See what's going on down the camo side of the map. 57 will take down Septic, but Fusion will take down 57, and I'll tell you what, just like that, Vibe get themselves on the board. Not entirely too sure what just happened there, but Vibe certainly won't be complaining. 3-1 now the score.
It all seemed to be over very quickly all of a sudden there for Epsilon, and I think Vibe put a little bit more pressure on that camo that time. We saw Septic push right up to the top of that ramp after the nades had come in and put more pressure on, not allowing Epsilon to get control of the camo, and I think that's going to be so important for them.
Mose will be calling out the Jimbo flank, surely. But Jimbo just gets away with murder there. 20 will take down Septic, and Jimbo will take down Fusion. As Mose is the last man in a 1 versus 3. He's being hunted here by Snipe Drone. And the Epsilon players will clean up Mose. And that is now going to be 4-1. That is 4 map points in favour of Epsilon.
And as you say, Epsilon seem to have learned from the last time they played Vibe, but Vibe don't seem to have a plan B at the moment. Every time Mose is pushing the same place, he's getting called out, he's finding himself trapped and leaving his teammates in a 3v4 situation. It is too easy at the moment for Epsilon, and if you're Vibe, you've got to try something different to try and get around back.
Check out this Jimbo flank though, completely unrelenting. Finally picked up by the Vibe side, but as long as he's doing this, the Vibe players have to turn around, and that allows 57 and Co to be aggressive here on this camouflage, establish some map control. But it's now a 3-on-2. As Mose will be taken down. It's now a 1 versus 2. Respectful and Fusion versus Buck 20. Respectful has the flag. Buck 20 for Epsilon is going to try and stop him, but oh no! Respectful there, sits on the grenade, and Buck 20 will close out the game there for Epsilon, 5-1 on Breakout.
And it seemed like Respectful went for the flag maybe a little bit prematurely there. I'm not sure they were completely aware. Here's a goose!
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 Mose Goose!
The loose in the UK qualifying final. That's making it the voice mark. That's what did it. A goose.
Mose Goose!
Mose Goose. Get the goose emotes out in the chat, please. I want to see native goose. I want to see. Pretty sure Ninja has one. Throw them all in now, please. Mose Goose.
As we said though, Epsilon just knew what Mose was going to do. He did it every round. He just seemed to go to the same place every round, same as he did before, and they were wise to it. I mean, you can't go into Breakout without having a plan B, because if your plan A doesn't work, you're going to lose. It's as simple as that.
Mose Goose. Mose Goose. We made a big thing about it, you know, ads. You know, first cup, he goosed. We kind of have to make a big deal, especially now it's in the final. So Mose, come on, bro, you gotta get yourself a kill.
And we've got another tweet that's come in at the moment. The Buck train is full steam ahead.
Epsilon
World HWC, Halo WC.
I agree.
I mean, you can't say it isn't.
The Buck train. Choo choo.
I just knew there was something coming.
I told you.
I just knew there was
Epsilon
something coming.
up 2-1 in the final. Of course, it's not done yet. We have game 4 on the way. That was really, really convincing from Epsilon. We said before the game they're one of the best, if not the best, breakout team in Europe. And they pretty much just absolutely confirmed our suspicions. They are undoubtedly the best now in Europe.
Yeah, and I've seen them playing in Arena against, you know, most of EG, beating them on breakout games. So it's no surprise that they've taken that. But as we say, the first game, Epsilon. Second game, Vibe. Third game, Epsilon. Fourth game, Vibe.
Maybe.
See, Strongholds.
Strongholds and Eden Mark.
Strongholds I can see Vibe being good at, because it's a kind of map where they can allow some of the players like Fusion, the Respectful, to post up, pick up kills, whereas Mose and Septic can roam around the map. And I'd like to see how they play on this, but one player to watch on Epsilon, especially if he gets hold of the sniper rifle, is
Snipe Drone. Yeah. Snipe Drone by name. Snipe Drone by nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hate when people say that, but you know what? It's so true all the time.
There's a reason people say it.
He's just an absolute monster with the thing. And he never lets it go either. He always just seems to know the correct rotation around the safe side of the map in order to, you know, just to get out of trouble and just make sure he gets away with that thing.
Yeah, and especially if he's able to post up sort of in the blue attic at the top of the catwalk, and he's got someone watching his tower, someone making sure outside's okay. Obviously, they're going to have to move around the map because it's not a Slayer game, but he's still going to be able to create angles where he can protect all of these strongholds, and he's going to be a key player here for Epsilon.
Yeah, good news. They have just loaded into the game. No spectate button just yet, though. don't forget, if Epsilon win this game, they are the champions for a second cup in a row. However, if Vibe win, we're going to a Game 5. Imagine a Game 5.
Game 5 grand
it
finals.
would be progress for Vibe. And don't forget, the first cup actually went in favour 3-1 of Epsilon as well. So we could see a repeat. It could be some consistency there.
Yeah, and we've got another tweet on stream here, which is Epsilon takes the breakout map in this UK IRL finals. IRL, in real life?
IRL.
Finals. Gooses don't count in breakout, you crazy casters.
Gooses,
totally wrong.
They
totally wrong.
100% count.
Totally wrong.
Come on.
Gooses count
A goose is a
in
goose.
breakout.
A goose is a goose is a goose. Geese is a
You
geese.
play a game of Halo, you don't get a kill as a goose.
That is a goose, and I'm seeing
egg.
one of them. That's all I'm seeing.
I'm sorry, thank you for tweeting in, but you are totally and utterly wrong.
HCS live tweets, come on. Not live anymore, you're more like dead tweets. Am I right?
Almost.
Okay, anyway, we have spectate button appearing on screen. Let's jump into the game. It's going to be game number 4. Remember, it's do or die for Vibe. If they lose this game, Epsilon will be the champions, and Vibe will be bowing out in second place.
Yeah, it's all on the line now for Vibe. We've said they've looked the strongest so far, but Epsilon is showing that they now look the strongest, and if they can close this one out, they're going to take home the second qualifier, 5,000 qualification points. It's a big opportunity for Epsilon to close out this series right now as we jump into Eden for some strongholds.
Yeah, Eden strongholds, as you said, Mark. Let's start things off with the man that you highlighted. It's going to be Snipe Drone. If he can corral the sniper and make it his own on this map, then Vibe could be in a world of hurt. So let's start things off. We're going to be contesting the blue bend straight away. What's the meta game like on this Mark? I'm seeing a lot of teams like to take blue bend and as well red nest and just leave top cat completely. Would you agree with that as the meta game, or would you prefer to control the catwalk?
I think it's a case of rotating. I think you can control quite sort of a combination of the strongholds, but it's just a case of having your rotations on point. So if you're losing one, you've got to be moving on another, and then we need to make a correction. A sniper isn't on this map in strongholds, so apologies.
That's disappointing. We were going to see some vintage snipe drone action, but instead we're going to be seeing Fusion, the man who's going to take catwalk. Well, he's going to try to at least, but Epsilon are content to shut him down. And that blue bend will in fact go in favour of Snipe Drone, and now that is total control for only a second there for Epsilon. They're up 12-0. Vibe yet to get on the board on this one. Septic, great stuff there to stay alive under the challenge there from Snipe Drone. Let's see what Buck20, he's really been the man of this cup so far, and let's see what he can do in this game.
He's taken down, I think that was all 4 dead there momentarily for Epsilon, and they are all spawning in the blue attic, so Vibe are going to be aware of where they are spawning as they see Respectful pushing in here, and that's a couple of kills to Septic in the kill feed there, and I think they have total control as well, so they are going to rack up this time, and so we see more kills going down. Epsilon, they've got to try and get control of one of these and commit to one of these strongholds so that they can get back into this game.
Yeah, the thing is, Epsilon were up by 14-0, and now look at the score, it's 20-14, so complete reversal there of the score by Vibe, and Respectful and Squad very much scoring at the moment. It's great teamwork here from Vibe. Mose will combine there with Respectful for 2 kills. And Vibe still scoring. They're winning the slaying battle as it stands. And you can tell that in the score and the absolute dominance in terms of strongholds captured.
And great shots there from Respectful. As you saw there, they did momentarily lose the blue bend, but they did rotate across straight away to try and regain it straight away as 57 tries to grab that camouflage. He's going to try and get the burn. Great play again from Respectful and Vibe to be aware of that power-up coming up as he finds Jimbo in front of him here, using the pillar absolutely beautifully here to stay alive.
That was he still alive.
And Vibe is just controlling the game as he finds Buck20. If he gets this kill, that would be absolutely massive. But great job staying alive and protecting this catwalk stronghold for Vibe.
Unreal stuff there from Respectful. How he stays alive throughout all of that. And check out the score, just like that, 51-15. This is the way you get back into the series, Vibe, just like this. However, Epsilon have resumed scoring now. Let's swap over to the Epsilon side. 57's been such a consistent performer in the past for Epsilon. So far this cup, he's been a little bit lackluster. Certainly not up to the lofty heights that we've been perching him on. We haven't seen a lot of Septic so far this cup either, as he goes down to Jimbo. We will come back to Septic. But for now, we see Mose here with the rockets on your screen. It's almost 60-17 here. And this is an absolute crazy score. But Epsilon, now they're trying to get themselves back into this game, but they have a big deficit to claw themselves back from.
They do, but they currently have control of the red nest and the blue bend. As we hop on board with Fusion here, as he finds 57, he's going to challenge him in front of the blue base. Fusion taken down by 57, but I think that kill was eventually traded, and it just seems to be getting a little bit scrappy now, and Epsilon will be happy just to pick up the odd kill and just defend these as, strongholds, as we see Mose trying to take that red nest back. Great play from him just to be a distraction as he finds one of his teammates spawning on him. Respectful picks up another kill off stream, but this red nest is going to be so important to Vibe. If they can get control of this, then they will have a chance of extending their lead.
Yeah, I think Snipedrone most certainly feeling the heat there from Blue Ben. I think he's just going to surrender that to the Vibe side. He's going to take down Fusion here on the catwalk. We'll find Septic as well, but Buck20 will finish off that kill. Make that a double now for Buck20. As that's a lot of kills going in favour of Epsilon, and they could be in total control here, and that's how you get yourself back in the game, just absolutely dominating all three strongholds. Poor Rockets here though from Snipedrone, but oh, that one's a 2 for 1. That'll make up for it, absolutely, Mark. And that's going to be 4 dead on the Vibe side again. Still total control here for Epsilon.
And Jimbo now is going to be the power player on this game. He's got the overshield and he has the rockets as well. So he's going to be looking to control the map, just move around, pick up kills, and total control. As you say, Harry, in control of Epsilon. So they're going to be racking up time very quickly. It's so important for Vibe to take one of these plays back. But as you see, if they can take him down here, this would be huge. But Jimbo picks up the double kill. Great plays from Jimbo, using those rockets and the overshield to great effect to control the map.
Yeah, just like that. Epsilon are right back in the game. Vibe did get the outside spawn though, so you'd have to say Epsilon should just surrender this blue bend to the Vibe team, and that's exactly what they do. But Buck20's on an aggressive flank here to help out his teammate. Will take down Mose, could make it a double here. Snipedrone comes to his rescue, and I do believe Respectful is the last man alive at the moment for Vibe. Check out the score. Epsilon now are the ones galloping towards that 100-point mark.
And they need to make a decision here, Epsilon. They need to commit to one of these strongholds, because if they just hang around and they're not communicating the well, because of the total control that Epsilon have, the score is going to rise so quickly. But 57 and Epsilon are doing such a good job right now, just not letting Vibe move, not keeping the pressure on, literally choking the life out of them. As Mose is taken down by Snipedrone, 88, as you see, just watching the clock go up and up and up, and it just seems to me, as though Vibe do pick up a couple of kills, but it just seems to me that this game could be over pretty quickly as they are closing in. But finally taken down is 57, but he's still in control and still scoring. Close. Epsilon are going to take it.
There we go. Epsilon take qualifying cup number 2 for the UK and Republic of Ireland. Mark, great stuff from them. They win the final just as they did in cup number 1. 3-1 up against Vibe. Let's take a look at the stats from that final game. Only 4 kills again out of 57. A lackluster performance from him. But guess what? His team have won the cup. He won't be too upset about that.
Yeah, and 57 obviously might be a little bit disappointed with his personal performance, but they'll be very happy with his team's performance. Vibe came a lot closer to basically give them a better series than they did in the last cup final, but they still have a lot to work on. Epsilon, I cannot say anything negative. You played absolutely superbly. You deserved the win. You have shown that you are the top of the UK Halo teams at the moment.
I was right.
Yeah, you were.
I called it. I called Epsilon were going to win, even when you gave me the benefit of the doubt of picking Vibe.
No, fair play to it. As I say, Epsilon did absolutely fantastically. As we have a quick look at the final bracket.
Yeah, well, there you go. The final bracket. Epsilon absolutely steaming their way, only dropping 2 games the entirety of the tournament. Good stuff from them. They make it a second qualifying cup win. That's going to net them a tasty 5,000 qualifying points, and of course that means they're going to have 10,000 now after that first cup win as well, Mark. That's great stuff from them. But once again, Vibe just falling short at the final hurdle against old rivals Epsilon.
Yeah, and it shows that scrims mean nothing when it comes down to tournament play, Harry. As we said, there was a bit of a sort of a murmuring that Vibe are going to crush Epsilon, but Epsilon have shown that they are the best team around at the moment in the UK and the Republic of Ireland. So congratulations to them. Commiserations to Vibe. Infused, we saw, giving
great improvement from them.
Great improvement from them. That's really good to see. Good play from XL again. Really impressed with the Halo that we saw today.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I will say is it's kind of sad to say, you know, great improvement for Infused when you look at the players on that team, but you know, it was a good improvement from them. We see them finally putting up a fight against Epsilon. Much improved from them. They still have a lot to work on though. That's pretty much going to be us, I do believe, Mark. Thank you so much for joining me once again from the Gfinity Arena. We will see you on Wednesday when we have another qualifying cup. Can Epsilon make the three-peat happen, or will Vibe XL, Infused, or maybe another team make it happen? We will catch you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching.